Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Odon here in the Tri-State Show Traffic Center. We welcome you to a Friday. Can you believe it's already Friday? I'm sure a lot of people saying, wow, it's Friday can't come soon enough, right? Good morning to all of you here on August 5th. Wow, already the first week of August. It's already in the book. Wow, it is going pretty fast this summer. No question about that. Soon people will be going back to school and so forth. So, that's when, the majority of our traffic will certainly pick up just a bit as we get out, obviously, into Labor Day and further points just out of Labor Day. But good morning. Happy Friday to all of you watching here on YouTube. We are on YouTube, Facebook this morning. So join us in the comments section. Alexandra and Anna will be joining us here very, very shortly. We thank you so much for joining us here in the Tri-State Traffic Show. Sorry for the abrupt end to the music, but there's no slider on the on that level meter for the music that's coming from the program. So too much inside baseball language, right? But anyway, we are up and running now. We'll open the comments section here in just a moment. Let me just get my bearings straight as far as where we are here this morning. Let's see. I have all my maps and so forth, and I think we do. So what we do not have, well, actually, a little housekeeping note is that we are going to be going to 8:30 here this morning. So we're doing a 90-minute broadcast instead of the normal 2-hour broadcast. And that is because of the morning show, New Jersey Morning Show on New Jersey on YouTube and Facebook. So I will be joining Kara, Christina, and Mike in the Weather Center. That is going to be coming up at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. I apologize if I am always looking off camera, but it's the only way I can see it with my monitor. So there we go. Let me share the screen here this morning, and we'll go full screen because I think it looks better. All right, so we are up and running now. A couple of issues here in New Jersey. Here at 7:04. Wow, already 7. Let's hide this. I'm going to go here because this has been a major problem on Route 22. This is going to be in North Plainfield. There were a down pole and down wires. All lanes open eastbound, one right lane of 2 lanes closed westbound. So this is going to be the vicinity of if you're familiar with that area. Unfortunately, there are no cameras here. I don't think this one here at North Drive is going to show us anything. It is not. You know what? Let's go to the maps. I think it's just easier to address the situation. And for the most part, the rest of the area is fairly smooth sailing. So this is as you come into West End Avenue, just before like Global Auto, which is going to be right here. It was right at this intersection. We had an overnight crash that took out a utility pole and wires and so forth. So it's actually, surprisingly, by the Howard Johnson. I was going to say there's a Howard Johnson, right? Pretty remarkable, right? Fix the mouse again. Give me 1 second. Where it's picking up all this junk. Oh, that's better. So yeah, it's right here at West End Avenue. So we still see some delays going west, but they're saying east is open now. Again, everything was shut down for a good amount of time there. Up at the Texas Roadhouse and the Costco on Route 22 there in North Plainfield. So again, look for that here this morning. So a little bit tied up there along Route 22. I don't really think it's anything necessary to go for any kind of an alternate of any type. But, if you're coming out of Watchung or Scotch Plains, I think is going to be the, operative word. Or even if you're traveling west here on 22, let's say out of Mountainside, could be a bit of a tough ride. Not going to lie to you there. I don't really see any major backups here this morning heading out towards New Providence Road. Well, it's just really at the traffic light is really where it comes down to here today. So all right, so let's do this. Let's widen up the full scope of what's going on in New Jersey. North Jersey 287, 2317. Parkway looks great. So does 208. Not a whole lot of action along Route 4, Route 80, Route 46, Route 3. That's fine. Route 280, that is going to be good. Parkway through Essex County, Turnpike, Eastern and Western Spurs. Very, very slim traffic out here this morning. East on the Bay Extension, maybe just a little bit of sluggishness there, but that's about it. The Parkway is looking good. Now, also, you saw on the list there on Route 9, just before 440. Now they're saying all lanes closed. Let's see. And of course, that's not working. That is right here, top of the Edison Bridge. So it's kind of like, it looks like it may be underneath 440. Route 9 North, you come off of northbound 440, let's say coming out of the Raritan Center, and you get onto this common ramp to Smith Street to head out to Perth Amboy. So you kind of come around this exit ramp and onto Route 9. It's a stiff spot. I'm not going to lie to you. It is tough. It's gotten better since they repaved this section of Route 9, but this merge here is not easy. So hopefully a couple vehicles or a truck didn't get involved in there. But again, it's coming, from the Smith Street ramps are going to be fairly crowded as well. Try to get onto Route 9. So it's right here, right at 440. So it looks like it's either just before or underneath Route 440. So hopefully all parties involved are okay. But at this point, we're looking at their DOT is saying everything is shut. Unfortunately, that camera is not working, but do some more investigation for you on that here shortly. 206, 202. I mean, obviously, the obvious alternate is the Parkway coming up from southern Middlesex County, northern Monmouth, or 35. I mean, you could go across the 35 bridge too, the Victory Bridge. That can also get you past it as well. Route 9 is fine. I'm trying to see what this turnpike, these closures are here. Let's go here to construction. Everything should be pretty much out of the way, unless there's some late running construction, which is certainly possible. Let's see. That's the ramp. I don't even know what that is. Say maybe it was the car lanes or what does it say? Go closer until 9 a.m. I don't know where the seats. See, I don't understand where they're getting that. I mean, again, that's why you need me instead of Waze or other stuff. I mean, obviously, I use Google Maps here for the broadcast, but it's really just I don't take it for 100% gospel here. It's just a tip, really, is what it comes down to. It's not really causing that any kind of delay. Parkway, Toms River down through Long Beach Island, Stafford, Little Lake Harbor Township, Atlantic City, AC Expressway 5547 is good. 295. That's fine. So is the Turnpike. Even 5542 is going to be wide open. Seattle City, Avalon, the Parkway, Cape May, Wildwood. Everything is just nice and clear. Really hard pressed to call any kind of traffic here in towards New Jersey. 202 is good. Route 12, Frenchtown is fine. 57, 31, 46, 80. Like reading off Powerball numbers, right? That'd be nice. 206, Route 15. 94, 206 again. Everything is looking good. 73. Tacony Palmyra Bridge is in the upright position. Let's check out that camera there for us. We'll check that out in real time. Yep, that is heavy. So it's going to run about another 15 or 20 minutes till they put the bridge back down. So watch for that. Let's go to New Jersey Transit now. AC rail line. AC rail is up to 15 minutes late. And then Trenton canceled early trains on the Northeast Corridor. And the River Line 735 is canceled. 742 departure from Trenton is also canceled. Okay. Go to Path now. See what we're doing. Let's see. Those are all from early in the morning, so not much there. I think we still have this Deegan crash going south out by Yankee Stadium, or northbound, I should say. Yeah, north. Broken down bus, West 179th Street. Broken down truck on the westbound side of the LIE. Broken down vehicle between exits 25, 24. There. Here's the Deegan issue out by Yankee Stadium. But look at the rest of just a little congestion west of the Cross Bronx. As you come into the Bronx River Parkway, then east here coming off the George is looking great. A little heavier here at the Throgsneck Bridge. I mean, look at the Grand Central. That is fine. In the Van Wyck, it's heavy, but it's not as heavy as it usually is. Jackie Robinson is wide open. Gowanus BQE combo here. That's a little bit heavy there, but look at Staten Island. That's completely empty. Go to the DOT cameras here this morning. Go to the main map. Bring up this. Let's see. I think that's where the crash was. That's why the camera was zoomed in. So I will go with that. Crash is now gone, but the damage done here. We are well back to 130 is just coming off by Willis Avenue, really. Yeah, 153 by the shopping center is really jammed up here on a Friday morning, but I think that is now out of the way. 7:15. John is waiting in the weather center. John, you hang on there for another 30 seconds to a minute, pal, and with you shortly. I just wanted to see. Let's see. I think it's one of these here. No. 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 Let's see. That's east again. It was I think whatever is there is still there. As I say that, wasn't that a great segue, right? Going into a different thought. Wow. So the center lane is blocked here with that broken down tractor trailer. That's why we are heavy here, just the Grand Central. And north in the Van Wyck is heavy getting up in towards Northern Boulevard. But, the Bell Parkway is also going to be looking good. All right. So we will get back to Long Island, Connecticut, and the Hudson Valley here momentarily. But our good friend and colleague, Mr. John Rocco, is eagerly waiting for us to send to him in the weather center. He has got the weekend forecast coming up here in just a moment. Let me do this. John, are you ready? He's in the green room. Yes, he's saying he's ready to go. All right. So it's 7:16 now, 77 degrees here and clear in central New Jersey. It feels a little bit of a warm start. But let's send it here to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. John Rocco in the Tri-State Traffic Show Weather Center. Johnny, good morning.
Hey there, Don. Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody watching us this morning on this Friday morning at that, thankfully. Hope everyone stayed cool yesterday in that scorching hot heat we had during the afternoon. We had temperatures get well into the 90s and around 100 degrees for many areas, so it was a hot one out there. Today, we have, we'll call partly sunny for this morning. As we take a look at our commute temperatures, we're starting off in the low 70s for Newton, around 73 degrees for you. Newark, Trenton, Lakewood around 77, as well as down in Cape May and Atlantic City, around 78 to start you off for the morning in Camden. All those areas will be warming up to about 79, 80 degrees by the time we get to the 8 o'clock hour. So you can already tell when temperatures are starting this warm, it's going to be another hot day. And it is going to be another hot day. Maybe not as bad as Thursday, but it is going to feel like it because of the humidity out there. As we take a look at New York City this morning, 79 for Staten Island, 77 over toward Flatbush, Brooklyn, Flushing, Queens, around 77, 79 for you in Morris Park in the Bronx, and as well as in Central Park in New York City. And temperatures again getting to around 80, 82 degrees for you in Central Park during the 8 o'clock hour. I would take a look at Long Island. If you do have to go to Long Island, that's always a chore. Temperatures in the mid 70s to start you off this morning. 77 in Westbury, Islip, around 75, as well as in Farmingville and Shirley. 77 over toward Huntington and Port Jefferson. All those areas again getting to about 81, 82 degrees. So we're starting off pretty warm this morning, getting hot rapidly out there as time progresses. For the Hudson River Valley, we got 77 for Yonkers and Monroe. Middletown at about 73, Poughkeepsie around 75, as well as Patterson and all those areas getting to about 79, 80 degrees for most of the area during the 8 o'clock hour. Middletown sticking with 77 for the second half of the commute. And as we go into western Connecticut, we got 75 down toward the shoreline there in Norwalk and Bridgeport. New Haven around 74 this morning, 75 for you in Danbury and Westbury, as well as Hartford. Torrington there at around 73 degrees, getting to about 77 for Norwalk and Bridgeport. New Haven warming to about 79, and Hartford warming up to about 81 for the second half of the morning commute here. So we'll be warming up pretty rapidly, and temperatures today are going to once again get into the upper 80s and low 90s for many areas. 92 for Andover, Central Park, around 93, 94 for you at Freehold. Trenton and Cherry Hill around 93, and you'll find a little bit of relief at least down toward the shoreline there in Cape May at 86 degrees, 88 for you in Islip out on Long Island. New Haven, Connecticut, coming in at around 91 for your afternoon high. So going to be another hot day out there. Get to the beach, get to the pool if you can. We'll call it partly sunny during the afternoon, but you will have to be weather aware. Later on this evening and tonight, we are expecting some scattered thunderstorms across the region. So anybody can see those, so you should be prepared. Have an umbrella if you're going to be out and about this evening. Outdoor dining, uh, you know, a little skeptical there about that. Maybe around the 4 to 6 p.m. time frames, a little bit better than later on in the evening and into the nighttime hours. That's when we'll start to see the storms increase a little bit more in coverage, and we'll be dealing with that throughout the overnight hours. The weekend isn't looking too bad so far. There may be a spotty shower or storm for Saturday. Temperatures will remain elevated throughout the weekend and into early next week, but we're not really looking at a lot of rain. Most of the rain we're seeing over the next 5 days comes this evening and tonight, and even that is not going to be, a ton to put a dent in the drought that we're seeing right now. In fact, we're going to talk more about the drought, the new drought monitor update coming up in your next update in a little bit. Right now, we'll send it back over to Don Smith.
Thank you, John, and very big good morning to you. Thanks as always there in the Weather Center for all your hard work. John will be back with us in less than 30 minutes at 7:45. He'll have a check of your 7-day weather forecast. And with some of the heat that we had yesterday, after, oh gosh, I don't know, later in the afternoon, it almost felt a little Arizona-ish. Temps into the upper 90s, but the humidity was starting to tick down just a little bit. to be honest with you, almost felt therapeutic in some crazy, wacky way, right? I was doing some other work yesterday, and the air conditioning was just cranking, obviously, but it was almost to the point it was too cold. And I like it cold, but it's like I had to walk outside and sit outside and take a break for about 15 minutes or whatever, just to kind of warm up. But yeah, yesterday, even last night, it felt, I don't know, just felt kind of therapeutic to a degree. So I didn't really feel the humidity, and if it was jacked up, I didn't notice it. But I know there were some showers later in the evening, 8, 9, 10 o'clock last night that came through. But with this heat with us, the summertime heat, perfect time to get some wonderful ice cream here at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. Beautiful, historic Cranford, New Jersey. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Located on 22 North Avenue West, or Route 28. It's a state highway in your GPS. Head on over there and head to his website, cranfordvanillabeancreamery.com, for more information. Also on his social media pages on Instagram, again on Facebook as well. Both at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. You can see the wonderful offerings that Ralph has to delight you with, these frozen delights and treats. The blood orange sorbet, the lemon sorbet, the cotton candy, the peach mango sorbet, the cotton candy, just piled pillowy high there with that fluffy cotton candy ice cream. It is absolutely delicious. And we also have, he has the core three, the staple is starting 3 rotation there with chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Just absolutely outstanding stuff. Party cake, cookie dough, you name it, Ralph has it, and he has a plethora of toppings you can put on a sundae or a classic sugar cone, waffle cone. Has the sugar cones that are dipped in chocolate. So, there's a lot to offer here at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. Also has some sugar-free options. The sorbets are dairy-free. Also has some frozen yogurt. And also, it's like, what else doesn't Ralph offer, right? I guess the only thing you can't get at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery is a burger and fries, right? So, a pineapple whip, the Dole pineapple whip, as well as the raspberry whip, are also big sellers for Ralph. He introduced those about maybe 2-3 years ago, 2018, 2019, somewhere around there, and have been really, really big sellers for Ralph. The Dole pineapple whip, very, very much like what you get in Hawaii or in Florida. Just absolutely refreshing, delightful, and it's also very light. It's not a very heavy frozen treat. So for those watching their waistline, maybe could be an option for you. Again, that's what it's all about, right? It's all about options. And he also makes these wonderful flying saucers and the chip witches, which are absolutely just amazing stuff here. Across the board, and the chocolate chip witches there with the chocolate chips and the fluffy, pillowy, soft vanilla ice cream in between those 2 chocolate wafers for the flying saucers. And he also has these wonderful all occasion cakes, which are just outstanding for any kind of an event, a birthday, just a barbecue, just anytime you feel like having a birthday cake. So vanilla chocolate with the chocolate crunchies, and it seems like everyone goes with the chocolate crunchies every single time. They kind of just eat around them and go right into the center. But, also has the cupcakes as well, the vanilla cupcakes with vanilla ice cream on top, which are another big seller for Ralph at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. So get out and get your cake, your sundae, your cone, your cup, whatever, your shakes, milkshakes. He does it all. He is one Mr. Ralph Koppelman, 13th season out of Queens, New York, here in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery is the place to be this summer. His hours are from 12 to 9 on Monday through Thursday, 12 to 10 Friday, Saturday, and 12 to 9 on a Sunday. So get out and enjoy. We thank Ralph for being a sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right. So with that said here this morning, we will go back to the action, and let me take a look at the comments here. And Anna, buenos dias. Buenos dias to you. Good morning. And Alexandra, good morning to you. Happy Friday from the city. No issues with the commute. Awesome. That's what we like to see. Very, very good. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks to Alexander. I was looking at your Instagram page with your countdown of the wedding. Fun stuff. That's really cool. I like that. So that's good news. So we got a firsthand look at the rails. Let's do this. Let's come off of this camera here. We go here. We want to go Long Island. The no matching records. So that is very good news there. Everything is clean and green. So over to the maps, and it is certainly indicative of that. I mean, look at the LIE. LIE is wide open. I mean, this is like a Saturday morning out here, friends. Southern states crowding up just a little bit here over by the Bethpage State Parkway, but really that is it until you get out to the Hamptons, and there we go. Hampton Bay, Southampton, Watermill, Bridgehampton, East Hampton. Speaking of the East End, Anna, what time did you leave yesterday, and how long did it take you to get out to the East End? Curious because possibly some weather may have played a factor. I know Staten Island, I think, got hit fairly hard, fairly quickly. I'm thinking, I don't know, roughly around 8:30 or so, 9 o'clock, somewhere in that area. But anyway, let's go to Connecticut. And friends, you definitely know you're seeing a Friday summertime pattern when the only delay is on 95 from 16 through 11. I mean, there is just no one out here. The Parkway, maybe a couple extra cars here south of 25 in Trumbull, but Fairfield, Bridgeport, Darien, Stamford, a little crowding here out by exit 8. I imagine that will populate into the list here shortly as well, but the Merritt Parkway is completely wide open both ways. There is just nothing going on for the most part. What is going on here, and we want to go to the Hudson Valley because I got a feeling it's going to be on the Sawmill that something has happened. Onyx 684, broken down vehicle, all on the shoulder, but I don't know what this is. And this looks like a crash here on the Sawmill here at the Cross County. Looking like that's a little jacked up. Getting jacked up. Ran out of bottles of water here, and I ended up having to drink the caffeinated iced tea. I guess in some ways that is a good thing, but I don't know because so we are looking at Sawmill at 5A and Palmer Road. So this is way north of where we need to be. So there's no cameras in that. And on that stretch of the Sawmill River Parkway. Let's see here now, friends. Back to the maps. That's right. But the rest of Westchester is completely empty. 287, New England Thruway, the Thruway getting to the Tappan Zee Bridge, the Thruway on over towards Rockland, Orange counties, Route 6, 1784, the Beacon Bridge, that looks pretty good. 84 through Fishkill, Lake Carmel, into Brewster is moving fine. The westbound side of 84 is heavy here at 684. Surprised to see that here on a Friday in the summer. Just wanted to tell you here at 7:30 that this half hour is sponsored by Travels with Darley. Watch our program on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wondrum, and Ovation TV's Journey. We thank Darley for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. We'll give you an update to Darley's travels coming up at 7:45 right after weather. Let's see now. We will take a look at 684. Things are fine. So, I mean, that's about it. I mean, it is, it is just a early Saturday morning type situation. All right, so now we are seeing Jersey, a vehicle off the roadway in the turnpike, outer roadway. That will be the truck lane south of 8. There may be a camera here. Let's see. Nothing. Um, it is not. Well, I can't say that now. I take that back. It is just south of 8 for Route 33. So stay with the inner roadway if you can, because now this outer roadway is starting to back up with this crash. So that is new into the traffic center. So that's south on the turnpike in East Windsor, south of Route 33, interchange 8. You want to watch for this crash in the process, as we say, of being cleared. Let's go over to here this morning, shall we? 9. I want to check up on this crash here at 440. Again, DOT, which is 40 minutes old, are saying that everything is shut. I think that there is at least a lane open, because if it was shut, this will be backed all the way onto the bridge. I mean, there's no question about that. So I'm thinking something's got to be open here. So just watch for a crash north on Route 9, just where it comes in from the ramps from Smith Street and 440 northbound to get to Route 9. And again, coming off of 440, that's the way you get up to the Parkway as well and to the Turnpike. So again, be mindful of that on Route 9. Want to come back to the city because I want to check in with the MTA, see what we have going on here this morning. Local to Express, southbound F trains running an express track from Parsons Boulevard to Kew Gardens Union Turnpike while we perform track maintenance near Sutphin Boulevard. Okay. Rails, let's go. Metro North is good. We've got some delays here on the Montauk branch, 5:30 from Spionk, doing Long Island City at 7:34. Departed Spionk 11 minutes late. Okay, so I understand everyone's on a schedule, but what's another 11 minutes amongst friends on a 2-hour train ride? Just saying. Let's see. Anna, here we go. Thankfully, it's your device left around 7 and made to Shoreham in under 3 hours. It's always a long drive, at least traffic is slowing. Excellent. Awesome. As we like to see. Good stuff. So yeah, so you avoided, leaving at 7, I think was definitely the good call, because I think if you left any later, getting closer to 8 or let's say 8:30 or so, you more than likely would have run into some sort of potential overnight construction setting up on out on Long Island. Not so much the city. The road work usually doesn't get set up until like 10 o'clock or so, because they understand that people are, it's New York City. So it's usually between 10 and 4 is usually the overnight schedule for the city, basically, where things get really cranked up. And then Long Island, some certain places will start up a little earlier, about anywhere between 7:30 and 8:30. But the majority of the start times for a lot of the projects, especially like on the LIE, I know they're paving the LIE out in Suffolk County in between, I think, exit 60 through 64 both ways, somewhere in that neighborhood. And usually that gets started right on time, right at 9 o'clock. But that's because they have the service road they can dump all the traffic over to. So because they want to get as much time out there as they can, and they'll usually go to about 4:30, 5 o'clock, give or take 15-20 minutes on either side of that. Okay, so let's go to the Hudson River crossings. I think we are going to show you that everything is under about 10-12 minutes or so. Come on. Yeah, look at that. Single digits here. Can you believe it? Where single digits are a good thing, right? Maybe only 2 places is that the Hudson River crossings in golf is single digits. I don't know. Certainly single digits when it comes to the weather is not a good thing, but wow, look at that. Not too many times you can say that. That is cool. Good stuff, friends. Good stuff here. Yeah. So please join us. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Join up in the comments. Anything else you want to chat about? I don't know what the local baseball teams did yesterday, but I guess we could take a look. The standings. Don't know if the Yankees played. I don't think they did because I think Thursday is usually a travel day for MLB. They did not. Well, let's see what the schedule is. Yeah, usually yeah. Whoa. Wait to Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What was the game on Thursday? I mean, on Wednesday. I'm sorry. Right. So Thursday is the travel day because they are in St. Louis. Speaking of St. Louis, we'll talk to you more about Darley's program coming up in less than 2 weeks in St. Louis. Always loved as a kid these late games. You know, on the West Coast, listening to Phil Rizzuto, Bill White, and Frankie Messer. That's back in the day when, let's say, Messer and White would do 3 innings on the radio. Phil Rizzuto and I don't know who else was with them. May have been Bill White, may have been the swing guy, and Messer stayed on radio, and Phil was doing play-by-play. But they would do both radio and TV for the same game. It would be on Channel 11, and then they'd be on WABC 770. Crazy to even think that that'd even be possible, and baseball world lost. Well, the world really lost probably one of the greatest human beings on the planet in Vin Scully. I think it was 93 or 94. Just hearing the stories and hearing his interviews and just the gentlest of human beings you'll ever probably hear or meet, and listening to him broadcast a baseball game was like no other. Now, I don't think we'll ever hear another Vin Scully ever again, just because the way the business of sports broadcasting has changed so much since he got started some 60 plus years ago. But for the majority of his career, he worked alone, and he was just the storyteller. It was just amazing. Absolutely outstanding stuff. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that, Mount Rushmore of, I think, sports broadcasting. That will be an interesting conversation. Who would you have on your Mount Rushmore of sports broadcasting in all sports, all announcers, for their entire body of work? My opinion, Vin Scully has got, first ballot on that Mount Rushmore monument. No question about that. I'd really have to think about the other 3. I mean, unless you're going to do Mount Rushmore of sports broadcasting, but for let's say the core 4 sports, football, baseball, hockey, basketball. So I think he definitely gets, Vin Scully is the baseball announcer. Obviously I wasn't around to hear Red Barber or really Mel Allen, other than Mel Allen for, This Week in Baseball, Twib Notes from around the American League. One of my favorite shows ever. And the wonderful music that they used to play. But it's an interesting conversation. I'd love to hear a podcast or somebody do something with that. It's for a very interesting discussion. I should call into the Michael K show. Big fan of that program. See what the boys have to say about that, right? Anna says Howard Cosell. That's another good one. You're right. Yeah, Howard Cosell. Sure. He's definitely he's definitely on a list. Absolutely. You know, Cosell was just Cosell was Cosell. I mean, my gosh, he was bigger than life in just about every aspect of the word. You know, he he did it all. I mean, literally almost did everything. I mean, he was doing Battle of the Network Stars. I mean, how many? I mean, realistically, I mean, could you see some of these? You know, although I probably could see maybe like a Joe Buck doing like the Battle of the Network Stars, just because he's a lighthearted guy, fun guy, kind of a thing. But there are some others who I think would say, "You got to be kidding me." But look, I mean, at that time there was only three big networks: ABC, NBC, CBS, and you know that was it. There was no ESPN. There was nothing. So he was doing it all in movies. He was in Bananas from Woody Allen, right, where he's interviewing the play-by-play of the assassination attempt or the assassination of the dictator on the stairs of the Capitol or whatever they call it in the movie. Um, just had that amazing relationship with Muhammad Ali. So Howard Cosell, that is a very, very good choice, Anna. Thank you very much. So let's see where we're at 7:43. I'm just going to bring myself back on camera again. It's very, very quiet out here, friends. So we're just going to take a couple of moments here. I just want to bring these on camera. So it's at the local Acme by me. And I'm big, as many of from my previous television days, that big car guy and, collectibles and so forth. As evidence of the last couple of years with the backgrounds that I've had, and obviously I have the cars back here, but found these really cool Hot Wheels. This is a Lucid Air, relatively new vehicle, and they already have a Hot Wheel diecast for it. Very, very cool stuff. And the second one was the 2020 Corvette. That's really sharp looking. I was trying to find one if they had one in red or white. I bet you they do, and they just didn't have them there at the store. Very cool stuff. And then one of my favorites here, I've never seen this before, but this is the USS Enterprise. Look at that. NCC 1701. I try to get that as my license plate for the Cadillac, but surprisingly, somebody already had it in New Jersey. So very cool stuff. Things are always fun like that to, I think I like more of the newer stuff than some of the kind of crazy ones that they have. But yeah, a little bit of some of the new diecasts that are out there. So we should do a video on the diecast, right? I mean, I have some, but I don't have as many as some others. Who I'd really like to talk to is my good friend, whose son is a big collector of diecast, and whether he would want to come on the show or not, I'm not sure. But that would be a fun interview. Dylan is a very cool kid. And he's got just an amazing collection of diecast. He loves the diecast. Oh my gosh. Wow. I brought out a few cars to show him one day when I went for a visit, and he loved the Corvettes and stuff. Oof. Oh yeah. So yeah, we'll see if we can work on that. What we can work on now is hooking our connections up to one Mr. John Rocco, because he's giving me the thumbs up here in the Weather Center that it's time for time to send it over to him here at 7:45. We're 77 now and partly cloudy skies here in the Great Garden State. So without further ado, here is our friend and colleague, Mr. John Rocco from Rutgers University. John, good morning. Happy Friday, pal.
Good morning again, Don, and to everyone watching at home. It is going to be another hot day out there. We have a little bit more in the way of cloud coverage this morning, certainly, than what we had on Thursday morning. We'll call it partly sunny for not only this morning, but the day. Today, we got temperatures getting well into the upper 80s and low 90s again, maybe a few mid 90s in there as well. In interior sections of New Jersey, probably the best example for that. 92 in Andover today, 93 over toward Central Park, Trenton, and Cherry Hill. 94 over toward Freehold. 86 in Cape May. So if you want to find relief today, you're going to have to head to the beaches again. Head to your pool in the backyard if you have one. 88 toward Islip, New Haven, Connecticut, coming in at around 91 this afternoon. Most of the morning and early afternoon are dry. Once you get to the usual time frame of 5, 6 o'clock or so, that's when you need to start being weather aware for some scattered thunderstorms later on this evening, and that'll take you into part of tonight as well. As for Saturday, again, like I said the other day, has been trending drier. We'll keep the chance for a spotty shower or a storm in there, but certainly Saturday right now does not look like a washout. I'll be keeping a very close eye on that because it's a weekend, very popular for people to get out there, want to go to the beach, want to go out on the town. So I'll be keeping you updated on that on my social media pages throughout the day today and tomorrow. The rest of the weekend, though, does certainly look rain-free, and that'll take you into the beginning of next week. That's bad news because we need the rain desperately, as I've mentioned before. And I have the new drought monitor here that came out on Thursday morning. I have the whole Northeast region in order to get the whole tri-state area in there. But let's focus in on the tri-state. First, New York, and this is New York as a whole, not just the city, but upstate New York, the city, all of it. 16% of it is now in a moderate drought. 31% of the area is currently abnormally dry. So they're not yet in a drought conditions, but they're certainly a lot drier than they should be at this point. Over in Connecticut, we also have a severe drought category there over toward the eastern part of the state. 25% of Connecticut is in a severe drought category. 43% is in a moderate drought category. 22% is abnormally dry. So virtually every corner of Connecticut, no matter where you are, is in some kind of drought or close to it. So this has only been expanding here over the past week. In New Jersey, we went to a 23% moderate drought area. So basically expanded a little bit west and a little bit further south, down through Monmouth County to just about the 195 corridor between Ocean and Monmouth counties. That area, that tan shaded area, is a moderate drought. That 23% area is an 11% increase from what we had last week when 12% of New Jersey was in a moderate drought. So it's expanding pretty rapidly. And the other day, I should say, I showed you the drought outlook for the month of August, and the Climate Prediction Center had pretty much all of central and northern New Jersey becoming a drought area. So already we're seeing that come to fruition. So hopefully we can reverse that. But it's not looking good so far. The rest of the area that's considered abnormally dry is 25% of New Jersey. So most of the state is either abnormally dry or getting into that drought category. And next week, I would suspect things are only going to get worse or remain relatively the same. I don't see things getting better drought-wise anytime real soon. So we really need the rain, and these scattered showers and storms that we have here over the next day or two aren't really going to cut it, especially when you have temperatures remaining in the 90s. Just look out your window right now, you probably see the trees shedding their leaves. I look out my window, the trees are, a lot of the leaves are dying, falling off already. Some of the streets around here look like more like October and November than August. And not because it's been windy, it's been very, very dry and very hot. So we're seeing almost like an early start to fall, really, with all the leaves that are falling in the streets. Now, the problem is if we do get any heavy rain, then you got to start worrying about flooding with all the leaves in the street. So it's a you know it's a tough situation to find a winning solution with. So hopefully we'll get some more rain, more beneficial rain over time, not to cause any flooding, but that can at least get us out of the drought area. But so far, over the next week, temperatures remaining in the low and middle 90s, perhaps some upper 90s early next week, according to some guidance. We'll keep an eye on that. But plenty of sunshine to start off next week. Next chance for some showers and storms will be Wednesday next week. And so far, that pretty much looks like it. And temperatures, hopefully, will get some relief with that down into the middle 80s rather than the middle 90s by Wednesday and Thursday. So keep you updated on the forecast here, as I do every day on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Hope everyone has a great weekend and drive safely.
Thank you, John, and thank you so much for that wonderful drought report. Yeah, it is extremely dry, as you said, John. You know, the almost severe levels coming soon, if not already here in certain areas. And you mentioned, John, about the leaves falling off the trees early. That also poses a problem for the storm drains in your area, because now those leaves and debris are starting to build in the drains. If you live near a storm drain, a sewer drain in your neighborhood, if you can maybe just take 5 minutes to go ahead and just kind of clean it out, just take a rake or a broom, just get it away from the path of the water flow, and just clean out the grate, the top of that sewer grate right in front of your house, would certainly make things a lot easier in case we do get, some very heavy rain. And that's certainly possible in the summertime. We get these really heavy showers, like a lot of deluge of water all in one shot in like 10 minutes or so. And then that's when you can get those flash flooding issues. And all of a sudden, places that never flood, let's say your parking lot or your street, all of a sudden starts to go under 2 or 3 feet of water. And a lot of times it's because the storm drains are blocked because of the debris. And now again, with some of these early falling leaves, because it is so dry. So maybe just a small public service announcement from the Tri-State Traffic Show. If you're able to go ahead and get out there and clean out those storm drains. We'll do a complete 360 from what I just said, and let's talk to you about Travels with Darley. We thank Darley for being a sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. You can watch our program on Amazon Prime, PBS Grade, Wonder Innovation TV's Journey. Darley-Newman.com is the place for more information. Darley travels around the world and shows you the best destinations to go for adventure, history, best places to eat, drink, and really gets the best local flavor of her destination that she is in by finding a local tour guide or just a local that she kind of just runs walking down the street and start a conversation. And next thing you know, they're talking about what's the best restaurants and what's the best place for, a beer or a drink or just the best museum. And again, she's going around the world in her 10th season. So Travels with Darley is your travel program of choice. Now, speaking of that, we have now caught up with Darley now. This is kind of fun. We've been doing this the last week or so. And hi, I'm not Darley. There's Darley. She's much better looking than I am. So we've been following her in the last 2 to 3 weeks. She was in Santa Fe first, and then she was at least a week or more, week and a half or so on a river cruise in Bordeaux, France. And now Darley is now in Canada. So let's see where she is here. There we go. So Darley's in Quebec City, Canada. It's former home to the Quebec Nordiques. Should bring back hockey. He should really bring back hockey to Quebec. I feel like we've done more sports than weather. Than traffic here on the show. But anyway, it's fairly nice outside. We'll get back to the traffic here in just a brief moment. But so again, there's Darley finishing up her trip in Bordeaux, France. So again, follow her on Instagram as well as onto Twitter as well. Let's show you about her program on St. Louis, which is going to be coming up in less than 2 weeks now. This will be on August the 18th from 7 to 8:30 here at the SmithsonianAssociates.org website. So log in, get your tickets there. Destination City, St. Louis, an hour lecture on St. Louis from Darley, and then also a question and answer period for about 30 minutes or so. So get your questions ready and get ready to learn all about St. Louis. Destination City, St. Louis, Thursday, August the 18th from 7 to 8:30. And that's courtesy of SmithsonianAssociates.org. And once again, we thank Darley for being a proud sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, so let's go back into our action here this morning, or really kind of lack thereof. We're starting to get some friends here that are, waking up a little bit late as you approach the 8 o'clock hour. So, New Jersey is starting to see a little more of an uptick in traffic along 80 getting west out by Route 19. a little bit of light volume here west on 80, just past the 46 interchange. And then also west on 280 at the Stickle Drawbridge is heavy. But other than that, Turnpike, 80, 46, 17, a little busy heading north into Central Avenue in Rochelle Park. That's about it. 208, 17. Again, we still have the one issue here on 22. I think something is still kind of out of service here over by West End Avenue, just before you come in towards the Global Auto Mall. Also the Costco there in North Plainfield. So a little tied up, still some ongoing work. And so Anna says, make it so. My quest begins for the Matchbox Enterprise. Yes. Make it so. Who is your favorite Star Trek captain? Is it Kirk, Pike, Picard? I never really got into like Deep Space Nine or Enterprise. Janeway from what was the series in that? I can't. Oh my gosh, it escapes me. And Avery Brooks was the other captain. That was Deep Space Nine. And then Scott Bakula was on Enterprise. He was the captain. So and Uhura just passed away. The original. She was 89 or 90 or something. So to her family and the entire Star Trek family there. But Captain Kirk is still going strong here at, what is he, 91, 90, 91, 92, something like that. He certainly doesn't look it. And he's still actively going strong. So there's the westbound 22. It's, not really causing that big of a headache. Just a minor backup. And it's really, I think, through the traffic light is just trying to get in that location. Looks like north on 9 here at 440. Everything has been reopened there. So we are in good shape here this morning. Parkway along the shoreline is good. The Turnpike 195 is clear. As we continue on over to the AC Expressway 55, 295, Delaware River crossings are clear all the way down to Ocean City, Wildwood, and Cape May. Things are going to be fine. I want to do a quick check of our observation list here as we come up towards the, no, I don't want the enhanced radar. Sorry about that, friends. We will go here. So, looking at EWR at 79, 80 in Farmingdale, Shirley, Brookhaven at 79, Trenton, Mercer County, 74, Teterboro at 79, 81 at LaGuardia, 78 at Kennedy. Go up to Connecticut, show you Bridgeport, 79, New Haven, Tweed at 79. White Plains is an hour old, so we won't give you that one. Hudson Valley, check in Monticello, we'll say 71. There, 73. That's fairly comfortable. 77. WABC, 73 in Stuart. And let's check out to the East End. Let's see what that populates. Nothing. Oh, there it is. Oopsie. Montauk at 77. That's an hour old. So in the upper 70s here out to the East End. We want to check in with, let's do the Atlantic City one. Rolled into this location. AC Airport, 74. PIA Philadelphia at 77. Mount Holly at 75. Wildwood at 74. Kind of get the gist of where we are going here this morning. Let's see here. Hit the wrong button, but that is okay. Let's see. We can bring in the music here. Why not bring a little music? There we go. Good morning, in the traffic center, and we welcome you to the big broadcast here for a Friday, August the 5th. I can believe the first week of August is already out of service, right? You always hear me say out of service, but it is just amazing how the first week of August has just basically escaped and gotten past us there already. So It's moving quick, and the summer is probably almost half over now. I don't mean to be the guy who's saying that the glass is half empty, but nonetheless, things are going to start to cook up traffic-wise. I think the next few weeks or so should be fine. But as we get to the last week of August, I think that's where things are going to start to get a little busier, getting into Labor Day, and then all bets are off once you get past Labor Day. Schools are starting, and some of the high schools here in New Jersey, I know, are starting their football games the Friday night before Labor Day. So that's a little bit early for some football, but that should be fun. Hopefully the weather will cooperate with some pictures, right? Very, very nice. All right, so thank you so much for joining us. We are live here this morning on Facebook and YouTube. We are going to go to 8:30, so about a half an hour left in the big broadcast here this morning. I have to just set up for the New Jersey Morning Show on New Jersey. If you head to their website, onnewjersey.com, as well as their Facebook page and YouTube channel, you'll check it out there, New Jersey Morning Show with Kara Christina, as well as Mike Favita in the Weather Center. I'm sure Anna and Alexandra are very familiar with my three colleagues there. Were all former News 12 employees. Well, actually, Mike, I think, still does some fill-in work for News 12. But if you enjoyed us in News 12, and spin on over towards the New Jersey Morning Show at 9 a.m. And I saw Anna posted up a comment here about, here's a clue, my dog who passed away. Sorry about that. Was named Picard. Oh, well, there you go. Wow. Very nice. Have you been watching the new Picard series, which is outstanding as well, on Paramount Plus? Season 3 is already finished, so I don't think that's going to drop until early next year. So we have a couple more months to wait to see where Picard, where they take it for the final season, because I do not believe that they are going to be doing a season 4. I think this is it. But we're being told that the cast from TNG, The Next Generation, I believe all of the cast will be joining Picard this year. So it should be kind of fun to see where the storylines go, right? So, yeah, can't wait for that. All right, so this half hour, actually, we're going to do our co-sponsorship, since we're doing both. There we go. We're sponsored by Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, 908-272-3000 in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey. Also by Travels with Darley, darley-newman.com. We just saw Darley in Quebec, Canada. So that is the third leg of her journey here. We'll see where else she heads for season 10 of Travels with Darley. All right, so let's go back into the action here this morning. Let's call up the incident pages here. Let's do that. There we go. So there's the latest, freshest update on Route 22, both ways here at West End Avenue. So now we got confirmation that everything is open. Okay, good. Hopefully no one was seriously injured, but we still have this crash here on the turnpike as we head south this morning. As we come in just south of interchange 8 for Route 33. It's on the truck side, vehicle went off the roadway, unfortunately. So again, hopefully no one's injured in this collision. But yeah, so they are in the process of cleaning that up. So a little bit slow with that ongoing police activity. Other than that, the rest of the state is wide open like a Sunday morning out here. I mean, it is just super tranquil across the board. 195 Turnpike Parkway. I mean, the Parkway from end to end, there are no delays. So if you ever felt like traveling the Garden State Parkway from exit 0 to exit 170, I think the Parkway, the last exit is 177, 172, 177. Take you about 2.5 hours to do it, but now would be a good time to go if you'd like to. 78, 80, we are clear. Northwest Jersey, all is in fantastic order here this morning. The only delays that I'm seeing are west on 280. Let's go to the cameras there. Let's just see if, it normally is heavy across the Stickle Drawbridge anyway, but I just want to see if something maybe is, yeah, that's going west here. This is after the bridge. It's actually getting further west of that. So let's see by 6th Street. I don't think this camera's working. No, it is. The westbound side here. So it's just a little bit heavy coming kind of in that quasi trench on up that elevated section here on the westbound side. So it's just kind of just coming off the bridge. That's about it here this morning. Other than that, I mean, look at the Hudson River crossings. There's just no one out here at all. So 8:07 is our time again, friends. We're on Facebook and YouTube. Post up a comment here this morning. And we will. Oh, sorry about that. You know what? Let's do this. We know what the bridges and tunnels are, so let's go for our rundown of the city cameras, and we'll just check out the vibe, kind of all around the world. That I little Lisa Stansfield for you. Wish I could play the song, but gonna get thrown off of YouTube. There's the Staten Island Expressway East here at the Verrazano. This is over by Bloomfield Avenue, the West Shore Expressway, Highland at Arden, Highland at Midland. Outer Ridge Crossing is quiet. So is the Expressway at Clove Road. A little bit of light crowding here on the Expressway as you get into Richmond Avenue, Victory at Jersey Street, and West Shore Expressway at the Fresh Kills Creek area. That is moving fine. It's so funny, with these traffic cameras. One of my best friends was traveling. He's moving from Arizona to North Carolina, so he's en route traveling across the country with U-Haul in tow. And he was traveling through Tennessee last night, and weather wasn't really the greatest, and kind of murky, misty, kind of just not the greatest of conditions to drive. But anyway, I was following him on the traffic cameras, and I managed to get a screenshot of him and his trailer coming through one of the traffic cameras in the middle of east of Knoxville, Tennessee. And it's pretty remarkable, cameras everywhere. Bell Parkway, Bay 8th, that looks good. Belted Flatbush is fine. Inbound BQE here off the Gowanus is a mess. Straight up through Sackett Street in the Trench. Southbound a little bit busy here at the Brooklyn Bridge. This is getting through the construction at Atlantic Avenue. So, BQE here at the Williamsburg Bridge, Metropolitan Avenue. There's the Gowanus or Industry City. There's still some spaces there until you get up to the Prospect, and then you get packed in like sardines into a can. We will continue here this morning to Borough of Manhattan, New York County. 2nd Avenue coming off the Ed Koch, about 10 minutes. 5th at 49th, that is in pretty good order. 7th at 34th, also looking good. The FDR, wow, you're in a Friday summertime pattern here when the FDR is empty at the RFK. I mean, there is nobody there. There's like 2 cars, Bobby from Washington Heights or something. I mean, it's just, there's just nobody out there. FDR at 96, FDR at the Brooklyn Bridge, that looks good. Henry Hudson at 125 is fine. Henry Hudson at 96 in the West Street area by the Intrepid also is in fine order. Let's go to the Bronx here this morning. I'm going to see some backups here on the Cross Bronx, but when is that? Never that way. Yeah, that's west of the Bronx River Parkway. The Bruckner south here at the Bronx River Parkway looks good. BRP, we are fine at 174. Henry Hudson at 232 is good. The Deegan at Willis Avenue, a little heavy going north, and the Deegan at 230th Street, that looks great. Both ways of the CBX here at the Alexander Hamilton Bridge is busy. Let's go to Queens here this morning. The Belt at 158th Ave. That is good. BQE here over by Broadway is fine in Queens. Grand Central at 188. You're in a Friday pattern when that is completely empty. Jackie at Forest Park Drive, getting to the Midtown Tunnel, we're fine. West at Queens Boulevard, a little bit heavy, but that's just kind of going up the hill. Van Wyck at Hillside, still pretty heavy here both ways. What else is new? Can't even win with that. Can't win with the Van Wyck, as Elaine Bennett said in Seinfeld. Van Wyck at the Grand Central, LIE ramp to the BQE is busy, but just our normal traffic conditions here on that location. I mean, it's much, much lighter than normal. Lighter, not quiet. Lighter. um, Brooklyn Bridge is fine. There's the Battery Tunnel. Hugh Carey Battery Tunnel looks good. Manhattan Bridge, Upper Roadway, Manhattan Bridge Lower is also in good shape. And that seems like the Manhattan Bridge is always under construction, right? I mean, the Manhattan Bridge is interesting. Obviously it carries rail traffic as well. Same thing with the Williamsburg Bridge. So there's a lot more going on than just vehicular traffic. Williamsburg Bridge, that's the inner roadway. There's the Midtown Tunnel, as I mentioned. There's the Ed Koch, the upper roadway. Again, that's the HOV lanes are open. It's still doing the ongoing construction. Like they could have built a new Queensboro Bridge by the time they finish this. Lower roadway, the Ed Koch is busy into the city. This is the upper level approach. We're fine. Under about 5 minutes or so. So there you go. There is our rundown of the 5 boroughs here this morning. Let's go out to Long Island. East on the southern is pretty busy at 135, but I think there's a crash in there. Let's check it out. See my friends over at Inform. Yes, it is. No, that's not. That's different. 17 and in Hempstead. That's not what that is. Let's go to the cameras. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Trouble ensues, trouble ensues. Let's go here. Um 107? No live feed at this time. What else is new? This is at 135 going east here. So yeah, there's definitely something is going on. They're at 107. So look for that. And then we're obviously seeing some more traffic here back to Wantagh Avenue. Back to the Wantagh Parkway is heavy because of whatever that is going on. They were saying out by 17 there. But let's check that out in real time. I think it's on this. Let's see. I think it's what they're talking about is this here, and that's not gonna slow up anybody in any capacity whatsoever. Any capacity whatsoever. But this is new going east. I bet you that populates on the list here. Out by about exit 29 on the southern. So look for that this morning. Other than that, everything else is clean and green. Even the Hamptons, well, now I can't say that. Southampton, Watermill, Bridgehampton, East Hampton is just jammed up here this morning. So yeah, it's kind of what we're up against. I mean, look at Connecticut here at 8:15. We're going to go to John at the Weather Center in a minute, but the only delay that I'm Long Island Sound. The only delay I'm seeing is south here on 95 in Stamford. That's it from about 8 through 6. That is it, friends. The only other issue I'm seeing here in Lower Westchester now looks like the Bronx River Parkway yet again at Yonkers Avenue. Looks like that has got some issues as well. We'll get to John in the Weather Center in just about 30 seconds, but this I want to check up on because I know we have cameras in this location here this morning. Oh, this is the weird one, the fisheye lens. Yeah, that's south again into Yonkers Avenue. Let's go to the list because if it's already on there, then it's populated in the list. We're going to go south. I would say at least the lane out of service at Yonkers Avenue. 2 lanes shut. Okay. That's there coming south of the Cross County. So you're better off the Sawmill or making your way over the Hutch or the Thruway is going to be a better alternative for you to head into the borough of the Bronx, New York. And this is another crash now on the Deegan. Apologize for this, but all this stuff just happening in real time. Let's see here. Got to go to Johnny in the Weather Center here momentarily. He's awaiting in the wings, as they say. Let's see if anything else happened here. That's ugly. Wow. All right. So, all that construction. What are they doing? Ah, there she is. That is, looks like 2 lanes here with his truck, and this Toyota Camry here got tangled up in a little mix up. So that's south on the Deegan now, south of the Cross Bronx. And again, it is just a disaster here in both ways. I mean, first of all, with all this construction moving everyone over to every which way but Saturday, I mean, who really knows what they're actually doing here on the Deegan? I am just clueless, but I know Dan from Roadway Wiz will probably have some more insight into that in a couple of weeks' time with our interview there. So that I got a feeling is going to be out there for a little while, probably well after we get off of the broadcast here this morning. All right, so John is waiting in the weather center. We are going to ask him to do the 7-day weather forecast again for us, since we're coming off the air here in about 15 minutes. So without any more slowdowns and musings of my own, let's head to John Rocco in the Weather Center for a look of your forecast. Good morning, John.
Good morning again, Don, and to everyone watching at home. It is going to be another hot day out there. We have a little bit more in the way of cloud coverage this morning, certainly than what we had on Thursday morning. We'll call it partly sunny for not only this morning, but the day. Today, we got temperatures getting well into the upper 80s and low 90s again, maybe a few mid 90s in there as well in interior sections of New Jersey. Probably the best example for that. 92 in Andover today, 93 over toward Central Park, Trenton, and Cherry Hill. 94 over toward Freehold. 86 in Cape May. So if you want to find relief today, you're going to have to head to the beaches again. Head to your pool in the backyard if you have one. 88 toward Islip, New Haven, Connecticut, coming in at around 91 this afternoon. Most of the morning and early afternoon are dry. Once you get to the usual time frame of 5, 6 o'clock or so, that's when you need to start being weather aware for some scattered thunderstorms later on this evening, and that'll take you into part of tonight as well. As for Saturday, again, like I said the other day, has been trending drier. We'll keep the chance for a spotty shower or a storm in there, but certainly Saturday right now does not look like a washout. I'll be keeping a very close eye on that because it's a weekend, very popular for people to get out there, want to go to the beach, want to go out on the town. So I'll be keeping you updated on that on my social media pages throughout the day today and tomorrow. The rest of the weekend, though, does certainly look rain-free, and that'll take you into the beginning of next week. That's bad news because we need the rain desperately, as I've mentioned before. And I have the new drought monitor here that came out on Thursday morning. I have the whole Northeast region in order to get the whole tri-state area in there. But let's focus in on the tri-state. First, New York, and this is New York as a whole, not just the city, but upstate New York, the city, all of it. 16% of it is now in a moderate drought. 31% of the area is currently abnormally dry. So they're not yet in a drought conditions, but they're certainly a lot drier than they should be at this point. Over in Connecticut, we also have a severe drought category there over toward the eastern part of the state. 25% of Connecticut is in a severe drought category. 43% is in a moderate drought category. 22% is abnormally dry. So virtually every corner of Connecticut, no matter where you are, is in some kind of drought or close to it. So this has only been expanding here over the past week. In New Jersey, we went to a 23% moderate drought area. So basically expanded a little bit west and a little bit further south, down through Monmouth County to just about the 195 corridor between Ocean and Monmouth counties. That area, that tan shaded area, is a moderate drought. That 23% area is an 11% increase from what we had last week when 12% of New Jersey was in a moderate drought. So it's expanding pretty rapidly. And the other day, I should say, I showed you the drought outlook for the month of August, and the Climate Prediction Center had pretty much all of central and northern New Jersey becoming a drought area. So already we're seeing that come to fruition. So hopefully we can reverse that, but it's not looking good so far. The rest of the area that's considered abnormally dry is 25% of New Jersey. So most of the state is either abnormally dry or getting into that drought category. And next week, I would suspect things are only going to get worse or remain relatively the same. I don't see things getting better drought-wise anytime real soon. So we really need the rain, and these scattered showers and storms that we have here over the next day or two aren't really going to cut it, especially when you have temperatures remaining in the 90s. Just look out your window right now, you probably see the trees shedding their leaves. I look out my window, the trees are, a lot of the leaves are dying, falling off already. Some of the streets around here look like more like October and November than August. And not because it's been windy, it's been very, very dry and very hot. So we're seeing almost like an early start to fall, really, with all the leaves that are falling in the streets. Now, the problem is if we do get any heavy rain, then you got to start worrying about flooding with all the leaves in the street. So it's a you know, it's a tough situation to find a winning solution with. So hopefully we'll get some more rain, more beneficial rain over time, not to cause any flooding, but that can at least get us out of the drought area. But so far, over the next week, temperatures remaining in the low and middle 90s, perhaps some upper 90s early next week, according to some guidance. We'll keep an eye on that. But plenty of sunshine to start off next week. Next chance for some showers and storms will be Wednesday next week, and so far that pretty much looks like it. And temperatures hopefully will get some relief with that down into the middle 80s rather than the middle 90s by Wednesday and Thursday. So keep you updated on the forecast here as I do every day on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Hope everyone has a great weekend and drive safely.
Thank you, Johnny, and outstanding information there, my friends, about the drought that we are in. So if you can do some water conservation and a quick, PSA as far as those storm drains are concerned, as Johnny had mentioned about, debris building up with some of the leaves falling off the trees could certainly get into the storm drains. And if we do get any kind of a rain, that's when you get in those flash flooding situations, especially like in your parking lot, if you live in a condo complex, apartment complex, or on a street that normally doesn't flood. That is the issue with the storm drains to get them clear. So if you're near one of those storm drains, maybe just lend a hand and kind of just, even if you use your foot and just kick some of the stuff out of the way, just in the chance we do get some rain. So Johnny, outstanding job as always, my friend. Always great to see you, and great job this week as always. As I have said numerous times, you really appreciate all the hard work you're doing here with the Tri-State Traffic Show, as well as I'm really excited for what is to come here in September when you head back to the Weather Watchers Club and some of your other colleagues as well. I think that's going to be so much fun and fantastic. So we'll be seeing definitely Johnny on the air and hopefully some of his other colleagues as well at the Weather Watchers Club. Seeing just a nice rotation of meteorologists in training out of Rutgers University in Piscataway, New Jersey. Johnny, have a great weekend. We'll see you back in the Weather Center on Monday morning beginning at 7. Speaking of the weekend, even today, the weekend, or anytime, head to our sponsor, the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. 22 North Avenue West is the address in beautiful, historic Cranford, New Jersey, for some of the best ice cream anywhere to be found. I just saw Justin posted a comment. We'll show Justin's comment in a minute, but we'll show Justin and Ralph a couple of weeks back. The two of them met. He also had the family up there for some wonderful ice cream. Justin enjoying that grasshopper cone, and his wife Marissa and his mother-in-law enjoying some delicious vanilla ice cream as well. So Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery with the wonderful ice cream selections, the sorbets, the ice cream, the sundae, the toppings bar, you name it, Ralph has it, and especially has these wonderful all occasion cakes. Definitely want to mention those there for a birthday party or any other celebration. So once again, it's the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Head to his website, follow him on social media, Instagram and Facebook at the respective Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery tags and taglines or what hashtags or whatever you're calling it these days, to get the latest information on the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. We thank Ralph for being a sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. Also, we thank Darley Newman for being a proud sponsor of the show. Darley-Newman.com. Travels to Darley is the wonderful program. I usually catch it on Wednesdays at 1:30 on NYC TV, channel 25, and then at 5:30 on PBS Create. Check your local listings and time for date and time, as they used to say back in the old TV guide days. But again, we thank Darley for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. You can watch our program on Amazon Prime, Wonderim, Ovation TV, Journey, and also PBS Create. As I mentioned earlier, Darley's in her 10th season. She's out filming now. The 10th season will air sometime in the winter. I believe that will be early 2023 when those programs will hit the airwaves. So she is now in Quebec, Canada. That is the next stop for Darley. Also, she has a wonderful program coming up on August the 18th from SmithsonianAssociates.org about destination cities. And this lecture will be on St. Louis, Missouri. So if you're interested in that, go to SmithsonianAssociates.org to pick up some tickets and find some more information. You get all this information on her website, darley-newman.com. Let's go. We'll go back to the maps here. Let me bring up Justin's comment. That Southern State Bell combo is the stuff my traffic nightmares are made of. Absolutely. Me and you both traveled out there for almost 13 years or so out at Traffic and Weather, and wow, you just never know what you're going to get. Literally, it's the to quote the phrase of like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get from Forrest Gump, but you just never know what you are going to get on that stretch right in here, getting all the way out to Long Island. It is just a wild ride. Quick update here, because we are going to wrap up here in about less than 10 minutes now. West on. Okay, so I thought something was going on here. I was monitoring that as John was doing his weather hit. Let's go over here. I was hoping it was just maybe just a little bit of slow traffic for just slow down, but it looks like there may be a crash here. As you approach to the Goethals Bridge. Let's see. That is fairly heavy. Just before the West Shore. And of course, the camera that we want to look at, it is not there. Let's see. Alexandra, have a great weekend, everyone. Yes, have a fantastic weekend, Alexandra. We'll see you back here on Monday morning. So maybe you're going down the shore to the shore house. Not sure, but wow, I've used the word shore in two different vernaculars all in the same sentence. How did I do that? But anyway, I think the caffeine in the iced tea is really kicking in now. Oof, wow. I'm all over the place here. Not as much as Justin was when he was drinking those Red Bulls like they were water, but never saw an individual drink as many Red Bulls all in one sitting for one shift, an on-air shift, as Justin did. Whew. Wow. It was like the movie Crank with Jason Statham. Wow. Holy smokes. So there's definitely something going on in this section right here, just before the West Shore. We're getting reports of possibly an accident there, but there's definitely something going on. It's fairly heavy back to Bradley Avenue. Let's run down the event list here because I don't know if we have time to really go through the maps, but the maps really just kind of normal stuff here. Alexandra said going to the Shore House later tonight. Awesome. Very good. Good time to go. Get out of the way, right? Out of the way of all that shore traffic tomorrow. But again, just keep an eye to the sky. Just be weather aware and head over to John's Twitter page, Facebook page for the latest updates all day. This is new here down towards the Godnick Estates. Let's just see here. Does camera show us anything? No. Of course not. And no. And no. It's down here. So yeah, so now we got a tough situation here. South on the Parkway before 98, we've got 3 lanes shut with a crash. So again, be mindful if you're getting on towards 102, 100, 100, 102 off of Route 33 or even off of Route 18. You may want to stay with Route 18 heading south because we don't know the nature of the crash as far as what else is going on with it. So hopefully no one's injured there, but that is going to be a new incident here to the traffic center. 22, we still have the utility work being done, but everything is open. And then also this vehicle off the roadway on the turnpike, the truck lane south of 8. Let's go to the city incident list. We'll run down those incidents for us. We have south on the Deegan, south of the Cross Bronx. That is still a crash that is being cleared. We saw that there. Right here, broken down tractor trailer. Eastbound approaching Little Neck Parkway. That must be new. Crash on the eastbound Grand Central at 164, broken down vehicle east on the LIE. That's with that truck. I think we saw that earlier. Let's go to Long Island. Let's see if they put up that Southern State crash here. This is a different one. They're staying by 17. There's another one out by 29. Let's go to the Bronx Road Parkway. We got 2 lanes shut south out by Yonkers Avenue, Wakefield Avenue. South of the Cross County, look for that. Taconic State Parkway, south of Bryant Pond Road. We have the shoulder shut. And then 44, the shoulder is closed there by the Taconic. Let's go to Connecticut now. Run down those numbers for us. Here we go. 84 in Hartford, there's a crash. Eastbound out between 46, 48. 95 is heavy 9 through 5, but that is about it. Let's run down the MTA for us here this morning. Shuttle is suspended between, there's no A train service between Howard Beach, JFK, and the Rockaways. The Rockaway shuttle is suspended because of signal issues near Beach 90th Street. Okay, so watch for that. It may impact those traveling to the air train. Metro North is on or close, and everything on Long Island Railroad is good. Let's go to the transit situation. NJ Transit. Got a couple of pop-up delays here. AC rail line, 25 minutes late there into AC. Morrison Essex, Dover, Ryle was currently delayed due to police assistance at Broad Street. Watch for that. The corridor, canceled train there. The 806, the Routen Valley, 906 canceled. 2 canceled trains there. The River Line is delayed because of departure delays there. So I'd say get another 10 minutes there. And same thing, a couple canceled trains on Hudson Bergen. And we will continue on over to Path. 11:30 to 12:30 today, we have the mandatory Hackensack River Bridge lifting schedule there. So that could affect Path trains here this morning. All right, friends, I think that is going to do it here for a Friday. Also, we're going to do it for the week. I want to thank Alexandra, Anna, as always, for being my 2 most loyal viewers, and we thank them so much for joining us here in the chat room and joining the broadcast. We'll see both of you on Monday, as well as everyone else that is watching. Justin as well, my good friend JG there, enjoying some time off on his day off. I guess this would be his Sunday, if you wanted to call a Friday a Sunday, but he's doing the Saturday through Wednesday schedule. What was I going to do? Oh, I want to do this very, very quickly before we connect with on New Jersey for the New Jersey Morning Show. If you can pass the word out there to everybody to subscribe to the Tri-State Traffic Show. 103 subscribers already. That's awesome. We're looking for 200 subscribers in 200 days. Yeah, if there's a way you can let everybody know, Alexandra, maybe you can let everybody know, if anybody on the beach, tell to subscribe to the Tri-State Traffic Show, right? And we'll shout them out here, or anybody else, it certainly helps myself and Johnny in the Weather Center getting this up and running. Basically, it is in my living room. There's no basic about it. It is from my living room. So again, if you can, please, much appreciative if you could subscribe to the Tri-State Traffic Show here on YouTube and give us a follow and a like on Facebook at Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, friends, have a fantastic Friday and enjoy the weekend. Again, just be a little bit weather aware, as Johnny had said. Follow him at John Rocco, JONROCCOWX on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates to the weather. Again, be a little weather aware for today and in towards tomorrow, and try to stay cool and enjoy the first weekend of August. I have to think about that one for a second. Enjoy the first weekend of August, make it a safe one, and we'll reconnect with everybody here back on Monday morning at 7 a.m. Once again, have a fantastic Friday and a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday.